Yeah, John, your first draw since being manager had to happen at some point, I guess, but what were your thoughts on the game?
I thought Clitheroe were good, actually, in fairness to them. I thought they were a lot better than... Listen, I'm not going to say than I thought, because that's disrespectful, and I don't mean that in that way, but I maybe didn't give them enough respect going into this game, and that's something that I'll learn. I'm young, this is my 11th league game, so you can't take anything for granted, and I don't think we did today at all, and I don't mean to say it like that, but I think we set up in a way to start with that I think sort of we thought we'd be able to dictate, and that was a mistake. I thought they dictated the first half, I thought they put it on us, but in all fairness, and I said it at half time, we go in at 1-0, score a good goal, it could have been 2-0 really. They've had a couple of half chances, I wouldn't say they had anything proper in that first half. They caused problems, don't get me wrong, they're going to do that. They've got a big striker who's played at this level, he's a good footballer, and they've got good players. But we go in at half time and we're, I guess, on the front foot, even though we didn't play as well as we could have. Second half, we obviously changed it, we went to a shape that we were a little bit more used to, I guess, and we did a lot better. I actually thought for the first half hour of the second half we were dominant. I thought we were on top. I thought we actually played well. I thought we played well. We played some good stuff. I thought we shifted it really well. And then we go and concede a really, really sloppy goal. A real sloppy goal, something that we've not done. Set pieces have been a massive part of what we've done going forward, and defensively we haven't conceded a set piece, bar a throw-in, if you want to call that, against Mosley. But you go back to that game, we lost because of a set piece. Now we conceded before this game 3 goals in 6 games. We've kept 3 clean sheets, something that we hadn't had when I first came in. We didn't have a clean sheet all year. Now we've got 3, 4 in the league now. So defensively, I can't fault anyone. And the way that I'm going to manage, and definitely going forward the way I manage, I'm not going to pull people out. I'm not going to pick on individuals, but there's mistakes that win or lose games, you know, and I think there was one today that cost us. A set piece has cost us. That game there should have been a 1-0. It should have been a 1-0, and ultimately they'll argue otherwise, but it should have been 1-0. But really what happened was it turned into a scrappy game, which was always going to happen. The rain came down, the pitch sort of cut up a little bit, so we couldn't play as much, and it turned scrappy, played into their hands, and yeah, I don't think we really stood up to it as well as we could have. But listen, I've been really negative there, really, really negative. Probably the first time that I've been properly negative off the back of a performance which on paper probably isn't too bad, but I was disappointed. I want to win every game, and that might be naive, and ultimately what I've just said in there is people as a group, yeah, it's a good point, and at times you probably think, yeah, it's a good place to come and get a point, but the mentality that we've got to have is we've got to be disappointed in that. We've got to go in and win games. So yeah, no, listen, I'm disappointed, but at the end of the day, if you don't win, you don't lose, and we haven't lost today, and we've grinded out another good point, and that might make a massive difference for us come the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, they are unbeaten here in the league despite being 17 before the start. It was good from Callum, wasn't it? Because he had the big miss after the first 5 minutes, responded well, and then slotted a chance away for his goal.
Yeah, in fairness, I thought Callum was brilliant today. He's been good since he's come back in. He obviously had a bit of a hamstring injury beforehand, and it's difficult. Football's really difficult when you're not involved. It's really tough to get yourself sharp, and he played in that game against Hyde. We got him the minutes that he needed, and to be fair to him, he's come back and just shown what he's all about. He's working so hard on and off the pitch to maintain a level of fitness. He's working so hard on the pitch to go and create himself chances, because that's what he did today. That's just the way he plays. He ran off the shoulder, act like he wasn't bothered, and then all of a sudden he turns on and he's created some chances for himself, and it's a great finish. In fact, I thought his goal was probably the harder one out of the chances that he had. So, and there, I'm not going to blame Cal for the result today, because if he doesn't score that goal, then we'd probably get beat. So I thought he was brilliant today, and I thought there was I thought Matty Tweeds when he came on, I thought that made a massive difference. You know, just a bit of energy in there. Not to say that the lads who were in there already weren't showing that energy, but I thought Tweeds was brilliant on the front foot, and I think that's why for the first half hour of the second half we really looked like the team that were gonna win. You know, and I felt almost quietly quite confident sat here. But then games change, and that's why non-league's as good as it is, because anything can happen, and when the game's 1-0, it's on a knife edge. So yeah, no, listen, I'm really disappointed, but reality is tomorrow I'll probably look at it and think, you know what, it was a hard-earned point, and that might be the best way to look at it. But going forward, what I want from this squad is to go into every game of football with the mentality that we're going to win it, and if we don't do that, then I don't think we'll do what we want to do this year. But if we do that, then I have full faith that come the end of the season we'll be where we want to be.
Yeah, so you mentioned the tactical tweaks. You switched from a 5 back to a 4, and Matty came on. But their subs also made a difference in the game late on. Does that go to show the depth of squad that's needed to compete at this level or any level?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, you don't win a football league with 11 players. I saw a stat the other week about how many players have played across the league, and you notice that I think some teams have got 30 odd players that have already played for them this year, and it's crazy to think we've only got a third of the way through the season. But it just goes to show how important it is to have depth and players that you can trust and you know will compete and make a difference. They had it, we had it, and I have full faith in all the lads that we have in this squad, even the ones who've missed out today. I have full faith in everyone that we put out there, and I'm fortunate that I've got a great group of lads who are dying to go and play. You know, I've got people knocking on the door every week saying, what do I need to do to get in the team? And rightly so, and that's what you need from a competitive team and a team that's going to hopefully be successful. You need players who want to win for this shirt, and they want to play for this shirt, and they want to play in front of those fans, and they want to get out there and kick a ball. You know, it's brilliant. And today there was a few unlucky people who didn't get involved, a few people who didn't get a touch of the grass, and that's the harsh reality of football. But their chances will come, and that's another reality in football. Chances will come, and there'll be changes throughout the season, whether it's with shape, whether it's personnel. It's one of those things where you've got to have a few strings to the bow, and ultimately, yeah, I'm really pleased with the group we've got, and I think it's one that I fully trust and believe in.
That's great.